Welcome back, dear dreamer. Tonight, we drift into the quiet ocean of space, where light travels farther than the heart can imagine. We are not chasing speed or noise tonight. We are following light as it moves slowly through the dark, year after year, without rush and without fear. As you listen, let each breath become softer and let your thoughts grow still, like gentle waves on a quiet shore. This is not a story of loud discovery. It is a peaceful journey through distance, time, and the calm beauty of the universe. Settle in, get comfortable, and let the night carry you gently across the stars, one soft moment at a time. If these quiet journeys bring you comfort, remember to subscribe and tap the like button. Now let us begin. When we hear the words light year, it sounds like time, but it is not time at all. It is distance, a way to measure how far light can travel in one whole year. Light is the fastest thing we know in the universe. In just 1 second, it could go around Earth many times without resting. Even with this great speed, space is so big that light still needs a full year to cross a light year of distance. When you look at the stars at night, you're not seeing them as they are right now. You're seeing how they looked long ago when the light first left them. Some of that light started its journey before you, your parents, or even your country existed, which feels calm and strange, like reading a very old, gentle story written across the dark sky above your head tonight. Imagine you could ride on a beam of light like a quiet, shining train in space. There would be no sound, no wind, no shaking ground, only smooth dark around you. In 1 second, you would race around Earth many times. In 1 minute, you would pass the moon and keep going, never slowing down. After 8 minutes, you would leave the sun far behind you, still moving at the same calm speed. If you kept going for a whole year without stopping once, you would travel 1 light year. That distance is so huge that the mind gets tired trying to picture it clearly. There would be no houses, no trees, no roads, just tiny stars far away like soft lamps. Light never gets tired or sleepy, it just keeps going, gentle and steady, through the deep, silent darkness of space forever, while time feels slow to us here. When you look at the moon at night, the light that reaches your eyes is already a little old, about 1 second old to be simple. When you look at the sun in the sky, the light left the sun about 8 minutes before you saw it. If the sun suddenly went dark, we would still see it shining for those 8 minutes. This means we never see the sky exactly as it is right now. We always see a small delay, a gentle echo in time. The farther away a star is, the older its light becomes. Some stars you see sent their light thousands of years ago. While people built cities, made music and told stories, that light was still travelling. Tonight, it ends its long journey softly, inside your eyes, like a tiny visitor from the deep past, bringing a calm message from that distant, forgotten sky. Our solar system feels very big when we think about all the planets, moons, and distant icy rocks, but when we measure it using light years, it becomes very small. The distance from the sun to even the far edge of our solar family is only a tiny part of 1 light year. Light crosses the space between our planets in just minutes or hours, not years. Even Voyager, the brave little spacecraft that humans sent out long ago, is still very close to home in light year terms. This shows how huge the universe really is beyond our sun. It is like living in one bright room inside a giant dark house. Light is the only traveller that can move through every room without stopping, never getting tired, always continuing its silent walk through space. Thinking about this can make our own world feel small, gentle, and quiet inside. Inside our galaxy, the Milky Way, distance becomes calm and slow in our minds. Our galaxy is about 100,000 light years wide. That means light needs 100,000 full years to cross from one side to the other without rest. Some of the light reaching us tonight began its trip before humans ever walked on Earth. There are stars that shine for a short time, then fade away, but their light keeps going long after they are gone. The Milky Way is not loud or busy. It is quiet and wide, full of stars spread out like lanterns in a dark field at night. Between them is mostly empty space. Light moves through this silence, touching thin clouds of dust, passing through soft gas, never turning back, just drifting forward through ages. Thinking of this long journey can make your own thoughts slow down and rest gently. Beyond our galaxy, there are many more galaxies, each holding billions of stars of its own. They float far apart like glowing islands in a dark, endless sea. The nearest big galaxy to us is called Andromeda, and its light takes over 2 million years to reach Earth. When you see it in the sky, you are seeing it as it was long before humans built cities, wrote books, or dreamed about space. That light began its journey so long ago that it feels like a soft whisper from another age. It crossed empty space without sound, without rest, without anyone to watch it for almost all its trip. Then finally it reaches your eyes in a quiet moment on an ordinary night, making the universe feel huge but strangely gentle and friendly. It reminds you that you are small, but also safely held inside this wide, peaceful universe tonight. A light year is not a distance that a person could ever walk or drive in a lifetime. Even the fastest planes and rockets we make feel very slow when we compare them with light. On Earth, travelling to another country seems far, but in space, that is almost nothing at all. Light is the only thing we know that can cross such huge distances without feeling slow. Still, the universe is so wide that even light needs years and years to travel between many stars. This makes space feel calm and deep instead of busy. Nothing in the sky seems to hurry. Everything moves in long, soft steps. When you picture light travelling for a full year without stopping, it feels like a smooth river flowing through the dark, never rushing, only gliding steadily forward. Thinking of that river can help your own thoughts slow down and soften inside. Light also carries memory in a quiet way. Every beam of light holds the story of where it began. When a star shines, it sends out light in all directions, like soft messages written in brightness. Those messages travel across space for years, long after the star has changed or even faded away. Some of the light reaching Earth tonight comes from stars that no longer exist in the same way. The star is gone, but its light still moves on. It is like hearing a gentle echo from a voice that spoke long ago. The sky becomes a book made of old pages. Each star is a line from a different time, shining together in one calm view, while you lie back, breathe slowly, and read their silent stories without any words at all. Their light asks nothing from you, except to relax, listen quietly, and simply be there. Far out in space, there is light that started its journey when Earth was very young. While oceans were still changing and early life was just beginning, that light was already moving through the dark. It passed by clouds of dust, quiet gas, and wide empty space. It watched stars being born and dying slowly, but it never paused. Dinosaurs lived and vanished while that same light kept going. Mountains rose, ice ages came and went, forests grew and were cut, while the light still travelled on. Now, after millions of years, it finally reaches our sky and touches your eyes in a single soft moment. That long, patient journey ends as you simply look up. It turns a quick, quiet glance at the stars into a meeting with very ancient time. Knowing this can make the night feel deep, gentle, and safe, like a blanket over you while sleeping. Light years also help us see our own lives in a softer way. On some days, problems feel huge and heavy, like they fill the whole world. But when you think about light travelling for years and years through quiet space, those problems begin to feel a little smaller. The stars above have watched oceans move, lands change, and many lives begin and end. They have seen all kinds of stories on Earth without saying a word. Light keeps going no matter what is happening here below. The night sky becomes a calm place where you can rest your thoughts. Distance turns gentle instead of scary. Time feels slow instead of rushed. You start to feel like one peaceful part of a very wide, patient universe, breathing in and out under a roof of silent, ancient light. Let that thought hold you softly as you close your eyes tonight, slowly. When light leaves a star far away, it does not know where it will go. It does not know it will one day touch a human face on a quiet night. It simply starts moving. It passes through empty dark, slips by soft dust, and flows past quiet clouds of gas. It never stops to look around. It never feels fear. It only moves forward. Some of this light has been travelling for millions of years before it reaches us. While it moved, forests grew and vanished on Earth, rivers changed their paths, and generations of people lived full lives. The light kept going through all of it without slowing down. Then one night, you step outside, look up, and that same light enters your eyes. A long journey of space and time ends in one calm moment of quiet wonder. When we say light year, we're not really talking about speed, we're talking about deep space. Space is very quiet. It has no roads, no signs, no rest stops. Light moves through this wide quiet like a soft stream at night. You cannot hear it coming, you cannot see its path, you only see where it finally arrives. Stars may fade, worlds may change, but the old light keeps moving. The universe does not throw anything away. It keeps its memories softly in waves of light. When you sit under the night sky, you are not just seeing stars, you're seeing old light that has crossed empty space for a very long time. It is like space is slowly sharing its memories with you, one silent glow at a time, asking you to relax and listen without words. Inside our galaxy, light moves on paths that last longer than human history. Some light takes thousands of years just to reach another quiet place in space. There are wide areas where no one has ever gone, yet light has already passed through. Space does not need eyes to exist. Light keeps moving even when nothing is there to see it. It does not rush. It does not slow down. It simply stays steady. Even when there is only dark around it, it still moves. This makes the light feel like the soft heartbeat of the universe. Always present, always calm, always going on. Thinking about this steady movement can quiet busy thoughts and bring a slow, gentle feeling inside your chest, like listening to a calm breath in the dark. In deep space, there are clouds where new stars are slowly born. These clouds are cold, quiet, and slow to change. They drift for a very long time before anything bright appears inside them. When a star finally begins to glow, its first light starts a very long walk through space. That light does not know where it will end up. It does not know how long it will travel. It simply leaves its home and moves on. Long after the star has grown old, its first light is still traveling. Some of that light may reach a world that has not even formed yet. This makes light feel like a gift sent into the future, without knowing who will receive it. A soft message moving forward through time with no hurry at all. Light years help us understand that the universe is not built for fast living. On Earth, we rush from place to place. We hurry through days and weeks. But in space, nothing feels rushed. Even light, the fastest thing we know, takes years and years to cross long distances. This makes the universe feel slow and calm. The stars do not hurry to shine. The galaxies do not rush to move. Everything unfolds in quiet time. When you think in light years, your own thoughts begin to slow down too. Worries that felt heavy begin to lose their sharp edges. The universe teaches patience without using words. It simply shows you how wide and gentle time can be when nothing is in a hurry. Some stars you see in the sky tonight may already be gone. Their fire may have faded, their shape may have changed, yet their light still travels. It keeps moving long after the star itself has changed. This makes the sky feel soft and deep. You're looking at something that once was, not something that is. It is like seeing a gentle echo of the past still glowing. This does not make the sky sad. It makes it peaceful. It shows that nothing disappears all at once. Even when something ends, its light can still touch others far away. The universe shares its endings slowly, in quiet waves of light that keep traveling through time without noise. Light years also remind us how small a single life is when placed next to the wide sky. A human life can feel long, but to a light beam, thousands of years are just a smooth path. Light does not grow old. It does not feel time the way we do. We change, we rest, we grow tired, but light keeps going without pause. This makes it feel peaceful instead of fast, like a river that never stops flowing night and day without asking how long it has been moving. When you look at the stars, you're watching a journey that began before you and will continue long after today fades. That thought can feel quiet and gentle rather than heavy or large. There are places in the universe where light has not yet arrived. These places remain in deep dark. They are waiting. Even light has limits. The universe is growing wider all the time. Some places move away faster than light can reach them. This means some parts of space will always remain unseen by us. This darkness is not empty. It is calm. It gives space a soft sense of mystery. Not everything needs to be bright. Some dark is meant to stay dark. Some quiet is meant to stay quiet forever. Just knowing that these peaceful hidden places exist can make the universe feel gentle rather than loud or busy. The night sky feels slow because light years stretch time into long, gentle lines. When you sit under the stars, you're sitting inside many different times at once. Some light is young, some light is very old. All of it rests together in one calm view above your head. Time layers itself softly in the sky without sound. Past and present meet without noise. Only soft shine remains. The stars remind you that time does not always need to rush forward. Sometimes it can drift wide and slow, like a quiet lake of light spread across the darkness, holding many stories at the same peaceful moment. Every light year is proof that something once shined. It tells us that somewhere, at some moment, a star burned bright enough to send its light across space. That light began a long trip with no map and no final stop in sight. It crossed wide, dark and silent worlds until one quiet night it was seen. This makes every star feel kind and gentle. Each one is sharing its story slowly with the universe. No sound, no words, just light traveling through space and time until it softly reaches waiting eyes. These tiny lights do not rush to impress. They simply glow, asking you to rest, breathe slowly, and feel calm under their ancient shine. When you look at a star far away, you're seeing light that left its home long before your day began. That light has been moving all this time without stopping. It did not rest when storms touched Earth. It did not pause when people were born or when cities changed. It simply kept traveling, steady and calm. This makes every look at the sky feel like a quiet meeting with something very old. The star shares its past with you in silence. You do not need to hurry to understand it. You only need to look and breathe slowly. The light does the rest. It carries the message gently across time and drops it softly into your eyes, like a calm note played after a long wait. Even the closest stars outside our solar family are many light years away. That means even light, which never gets tired, needs years to reach us from them. To us, those stars feel like tiny points of white in the dark. But each one is a huge burning world, sending light outward in all directions. That light spreads wider and wider as the years pass. Some of it reaches Earth. Most of it keeps moving into deeper space. This makes the universe feel like a place where giving never stops. Stars give light without asking who will receive it. They simply shine and let the light travel. Thinking of this quiet giving can make your heart feel light and still inside your chest. Light does not need air to move. It does not need sound. It travels easily through the deep empty space between stars. Space may look dark, but it is not dead. It is filled with paths of light always moving. Even in places where nothing can be seen, light is still passing through. This makes darkness feel gentle instead of empty. The dark is not alone. Light moves through it all the time without noise. When you think about space this way, the night no longer feels cold or far. It feels like a wide, quiet room where soft travelers of light are always passing by without anyone needing to notice them. Light years also help us understand how very deep the universe is. Not wide like a flat land, but deep like an open ocean. When light leaves a star, it does not skim the surface of space. It moves through layers of dark, through wide empty places, through thin clouds that shine faintly as it passes. Year after year, it keeps going into deeper space. This slow travel feels peaceful. There are no sharp turns. There is no sudden stop. Just a steady forward motion, like drifting on still water at night under a quiet sky. Thinking of this gentle depth can make your breathing slow and your body feel soft and still. Sometimes light changes direction when it passes near heavy objects in space. Large stars and deep, dark places can gently bend the path of light. The light does not break. It simply curves and continues on its way. This bending is slow and smooth. It is not sudden or sharp. It is another quiet dance inside the wide sky. Light years are not always straight lines. Some are gentle curves traced across space. This makes the universe feel soft instead of hard. Even the paths of light can be shaped in calm ways. Nothing needs to rush or collide. Everything moves like a slow, flowing pattern in the quiet dark. Light also shows us that space is not only distance, it is also memory. When a star shines, it writes its own story into every beam it sends out. That story travels for years and years. Some parts of the story reach worlds that already exist. Some parts reach worlds that will form long later. This means light does not only visit the present, it also visits the future. This makes space feel full of gentle promises moving forward in time. You sitting under the stars tonight are part of that promise too. The light that touches your eyes may one day touch places that have not yet been born. When we think in light years, our planet begins to feel like a quiet little island in a very large, dark sea. Earth is bright and warm to us, but to distant stars it is only a tiny point of light among billions of others. Yet even as one small point, our world still receives light that has crossed millions of years to reach it. This makes Earth feel special in a very calm way, not loud special, quiet special, like a soft glow in a very wide dark. It reminds us that even small places can be part of very long stories without needing to be big or loud. Light does not choose where it will be seen. It leaves its star and spreads into all directions equally. It may hit dust, it may hit stone, it may pass through empty space forever, it may softly touch the eyes of a sleeping child one quiet night. Light does not know which of these will happen. It simply travels and lets the universe decide where it will finally rest. This makes light feel kind and gentle. It does not aim, it only gives. Thinking of this natural giving can make your own worries feel lighter and less sharp inside. Even the oldest light we can see today once started as something new. At some point in time, that ancient light was fresh and bright, leaving its source for the first time. Over years and years it became old light by our measure. But it never changed its gentle nature. It simply kept moving forward. This shows how age in space is different from age in life. In space, old does not mean weak. Old light still shines. Old light still reaches. Old light still arrives, quietly after very long travel. This makes growing and time itself feel softer and less heavy inside your thoughts. Every time you look at the stars, you're joining a very old meeting of light and eyes. People long ago looked up and saw the same stars, though their light was younger then. People far in the future may look up and see the same stars again, though the light will be older still. The stars quietly connect many lives across time through their steady light. There is no rush in this connection, no noise, only slow sharing across ages. This makes the night sky feel like a soft bridge between many quiet moments of life, including this one where you now rest and listen. When light begins its long travel from a distant star, it does not carry sound, heat, or feeling. It carries only glow. That glow moves through cold space without changing its calm nature. It passes silent clouds and wide, empty dark without knowing what they are. It does not stop to wonder. It does not slow to rest. It simply moves the same way for years and years. When that glow finally reaches your eyes, it does not arrive loud or sharp. It arrives soft and quiet. The long journey ends as gently as it began. This makes light years feel peaceful. It shows that even journeys that last longer than human history can still end in a soft moment that feels simple and calm. Some light that reaches Earth tonight may have passed near other stars on its way. As it moves through space, it can slide close to bright suns and dark places, yet it keeps its calm path. It is not pulled into fear. It only curves a little and continues forward. This gentle bending shows that space is not stiff or sharp. It is soft and shaping. Even light listens to the quiet pull of the universe. This makes the paths of light feel like slow, flowing lines drawn across a dark page. No sudden turns, no hard breaks, only smooth change. When you think of light travelling this way for years, it can make your own thoughts slow and smooth too. Light years also tell us that the sky is never empty. Even when no star is shining in a part of the sky, light may still be passing through. The dark is not truly empty. It is full of travelling glow that your eyes cannot always see. This makes the night feel alive in a quiet way. You're never looking into nothing. You're looking into paths of light that simply have not reached you yet, or are too soft to notice. Knowing this can make the dark feel gentle and safe. It is not a blank space. It is a moving place filled with silent travellers of light drifting through. There are stars so far away that their light will never reach Earth. The universe is growing wider all the time. Some places move away faster than light can chase them. This means some light travels forever without finding a home in human eyes. Still, it keeps going. It does not stop because it will not be seen. It does not change its path because it is unseen. It simply moves on. This makes light feel pure and patient. It does not need to be watched to exist. It does not need praise to travel. It only follows its nature. Thinking of this can make you feel calm about things you do that no one sees. Quiet paths also matter. When you watch the stars at night, your eyes are meeting many light years at once. Some light is young, some light is very old, some light began when Earth was quiet and wild. Some began only a short time ago in space-time. All of it arrives together in one wide view above you. This layering of time feels like soft waves meeting in silence. Past and present do not fight in the sky. They rest together. This makes the night feel wide and gentle. You do not need to sort time or understand it. You only need to look and let the calm spread through you slowly. Light years remind us that speed and hurry are small things in the universe. On Earth, we rush through days. We worry about lost time. But light shows us another way. Even the fastest traveler in the universe takes years to cross wide space. Nothing truly important seems to move in a rush among the stars. Everything takes its long time. This does not mean slow is bad. It means slow is natural. The universe moves with patience. When you remember this, your breathing becomes slower without effort. Your thoughts stop running. You begin to feel more in tune with the wide, calm rhythm of the sky above you. Some light that reaches Earth tonight began its journey before humans learned to speak, before writing, before tools, before stories. That light passed through space while the world was silent of human sound. It watched no cities rise. It saw no roads form. It only travelled through darkness and glow. Now, after all that time, it gently touches your eyes while you rest. This meeting across ages is quiet and kind. It connects a very old universe with a very present moment. This makes a simple look at the stars feel deep without becoming heavy. It feels like time itself is whispering softly. Light years also teach us that nothing in space is truly alone. Even the most distant star sends its light outward in every direction. That light may travel alone for a very long time, but it is always moving towards something, even if that something is far away, even if it takes millions of years. Light never stops seeking a place to arrive. This feels gentle rather than sad. It shows that the universe is always reaching, always sharing. When you feel quiet or alone, remembering this can bring a soft comfort. Even the farthest light is still on its way to meet something someday. The farther light travels, the softer it becomes. Its strength spreads wider and wider across space. What began as bright and strong slowly becomes gentle and faint. By the time it reaches Earth from very far away, it feels like a soft whisper rather than a shout. This shows how the universe lowers its voice with distance. It does not scream across space, it whispers. The sky at night is full of these soft whispers reaching us after very long trips. This makes the dark feel calm and kind rather than loud or sharp. You're surrounded by quiet greetings from faraway places. Every light year crossed is a quiet success. No cheers, no sound of arrival, just a calm reaching. Light does not celebrate its long travel. It simply arrives and continues. This humble nature of light makes the universe feel peaceful. Great journeys happen without noise. Long paths are crossed without reward. Everything simply moves as it should. When you think of this, your own need to hurry or prove something can begin to fade. You can rest in the idea that even the longest journeys do not need to be loud to be meaningful. When light moves through space for many years, it never grows tired. It never feels heavy. It never slows because of age. It simply continues as it began, steady and calm. This feels different from how life feels on Earth, where even small journeys can be tiring. Light teaches us another way to travel, one without effort or strain. It moves because it is meant to move. It does not ask how far is left. It does not wonder when it will arrive. It only follows its own quiet nature. When you think of light traveling this way for years and years, it can make your own tired thoughts feel lighter. It reminds you that not every long path needs to feel hard. Some paths can be gentle from start to finish. Some light that reaches our sky tonight began its journey when Earth looked very different. The land was not shaped as it is now. The air was not the same. Life itself was still learning how to grow. Through all those changes, the light kept moving in silence. It passed through the dark without touching the world at all. Then, after all that time, it arrives now, in this moment, in your quiet night. This shows how the universe links very old times with very new ones without noise or force. One soft beam of light can carry the bridge between ages. Knowing this can make the present moment feel deeper and calmer without feeling heavy or serious. Light years also show us that the universe is not crowded. Even though there are countless stars, they are spread very far apart. Between one star and the next, there is wide empty space where light can travel freely for years. This space is not dark because it is empty. It is dark because it is calm and quiet. Light passes through it like a slow breath moving through still air. Nothing blocks it. Nothing pushes it. This wide openness gives light room to move without struggle. Thinking about this open space can give your own mind more room to rest. There is no pressure between thoughts. There is only calm space where nothing needs to happen right now. When light finally reaches a world after travelling for many years, it does not arrive with force. It arrives softly. It touches surfaces without sound. It warms without pushing. This gentle arrival shows how quiet great things can be. A journey that crossed millions of years ends without noise. No echo. No sign in the dark. Just a soft glow resting on stone, water, air, or eyes. This quiet ending shows that the universe is not built on loud moments. It is built on small, gentle touches that complete very long paths. When you think of this, your own quiet moments can begin to feel important without needing to feel big. Light years remind us that distance in space is not something to fear. It is something slow and peaceful. Distance does not rush toward us. It does not chase us. It simply exists quietly between bright places. Light moves through that distance like a visitor walking through a quiet night. It does not disturb anything. It does not hurry anyone. It simply passes through. This makes distance feel gentle instead of cold. When you lie under the stars, the wide space above you does not feel like a wall. It feels like a deep, soft sky that holds light gently as it moves through. Some of the light crossing space right now will not meet any eyes for a very long time. It will pass through empty regions where no worlds exist yet. It will move through darkness that has never known a planet. Still, it travels as if it knows it will arrive somewhere one day. This quiet faith of light feels gentle and patient. It does not give up just because the road is long. It does not turn back because the dark is wide. It simply keeps moving forward. Thinking of this steady travel can bring quiet strength into your own heart, reminding you that slow paths still lead somewhere, even when nothing seems to be happening yet. Light years also tell us that space holds many slow stories at once. While one star is just beginning to shine, another is already fading. While one light beam is young and fresh, another is very old and worn by distance. Yet they all share the same sky. They all rest together in the same dark above us. This mixing of new and old makes the universe feel balanced and calm. Nothing is only beginning. Nothing is only ending. Everything is happening together in wide time. When you think of this, your own life begins to feel less rushed. There is space for beginnings and endings to rest side by side without fear. The quiet movement of light through space shows that silence is not empty. Silence is full of motion we cannot hear. Between stars, light is always moving, always travelling, always changing place, even though there is no sound to tell us it is there. This makes silence feel alive instead of still. The night is not sleeping. It is quietly full of motion we simply cannot hear. When you rest in silence, your own stillness can begin to feel alive too. Calm does not mean nothing is happening. It simply means things are happening gently and without noise. Light years also show us how little the universe cares about hurry. Even the greatest events in space unfold slowly over long times. Stars take ages to form. Galaxies take ages to change shape. Light takes years to cross wide space. Nothing important feels rushed. The universe teaches patience through its size. It asks nothing to be done quickly. When you think about this, your own need to hurry can soften. You're allowed to slow down. You're allowed to take your time. The stars above you have all the time they need, and so do you in this quiet moment. Every beam of light travelling across space is like a soft traveller that never takes a step too fast. It does not leap. It does not sprint. It simply moves at its steady, natural pace. This pace does not change whether the journey is short or long. A short trip across a planet and a long trip across a galaxy happen at the same calm speed. This shows a beautiful calm balance in the universe. The same steady motion carries light across both tiny and huge distances. When you think this way, your own slow steps in life begin to feel just as true and steady as any great cosmic journey. Light does not carry weight as it travels. It does not feel heavy even after moving for millions of years. It does not collect dust. It does not gather age the way we do. It stays the same quiet traveller from the first moment it leaves its star. This makes its long journey feel smooth and peaceful rather than hard or tiring. On Earth, even walking a short distance can make us feel tired. In space, light crosses wide darkness without feeling strain. It shows us that not all long journeys need to feel heavy. Some paths can feel light from start to end. When you think of light moving this way, day after day, year after year, your own tired thoughts may begin to loosen. You may feel that even long days in life can move gently, one calm step at a time. Some light reaching Earth tonight left its home before the first trees grew on land. Back then, Earth was quiet and warm in a different way. The air was new, the seas were young, the light moved through space without knowing what life would become. It passed through time without feeling it. Now, after such a long journey, it touches a living world full of sound, colour and motion. This meeting across ages feels peaceful instead of strange. It shows how the universe quietly connects moments that seem too far apart to ever touch. One soft beam of light can bridge a time gap wider than any memory. This makes your present moment feel rich and deep, as if many calm ages are resting gently inside it. Between the stars, space feels wide and open like a quiet field at night. There are no walls, there are no fences, there are no sharp edges. Light moves freely through this open dark without bumping into anything for years at a time. This makes space feel kind and allowing rather than tight or closed. Light never needs to squeeze or push. It simply moves where there is room, and there is always room. Thinking about this open space can help your own mind feel more open too. You do not need to crowd your thoughts. You do not need to force answers. There is room inside you for calm and quiet, just as there is room for light inside space. Even when light meets dust or gas, in space it does not stop. It may slow in feeling, it may soften, but it still moves forward. It glows in strange shapes and colours as it passes through these quiet clouds. The dust itself begins to shine softly because of the light moving through it. This gentle meeting creates soft beauty without noise. Nothing crashes, nothing breaks, everything simply blends. This shows how the universe often creates beauty through soft movement instead of force. Light does not fight the dark. It moves through it and lets the dark glow gently in return. This kind of quiet change can help your own worries feel softer rather than sharp. Light years help us understand that not everything needs to arrive quickly to matter. Some of the most meaningful light we see took millions of years to reach us. If it had arrived faster, it would not carry the same quiet depth. Its long travel makes it special in a slow way. This reminds us that waiting does not always mean loss. Sometimes waiting adds quiet value. Just as light gathers age and meaning as it travels, some of the most peaceful parts of life grow slowly too. Thinking this way can make patience feel less heavy. The slow parts of your life may still be moving forward gently, even when you cannot see the motion yet. Some light will keep travelling long after Earth and its skies have changed. It will move through space while mountains rise and fall here. Oceans grow and shrink, clouds form and vanish. Through all those changes, the light will remain steady on its path. This gives space a feeling of calm strength. Nothing feels rushed, nothing feels fragile. The universe carries on in long, quiet steps. When you feel overwhelmed by changes in your own life, thinking of light moving through wide time can bring comfort. It reminds you that not everything changes all at once. Some things move slowly and steadily, holding calm through many storms. Light never argues with the dark. It does not try to push it away. It simply shines where it can. The dark remains where light has not yet reached. They exist side by side without struggle. This balance makes the sky feel gentle instead of tense. Night is not a fight between bright and dark. It is a calm sharing of space. Some areas glow, some areas rest. Both belong. This can gently teach us that calm and rest have a place too. You do not need to always shine. You're allowed to be quiet. You're allowed to rest in the dark at times. Both states are natural in the wide order of space. Every light year crossed is a silent success that no one claps for and no one hears. Light does not need praise to keep going. It does not need witnesses to feel real. It travels whether it is seen or unseen. This quiet strength can feel very comforting. So many things in life feel like they need to be noticed to matter. Light shows another way. A journey can still be true even if no one watches it. A path can still be strong even if it is silent. This thought can bring peace to the parts of your life that move quietly without attention or reward. Some light beams move alone for very long times. They do not meet other light. They do not touch worlds. They simply travel through empty dark, yet they never stop. They never turn back. They remain steady even in deep quiet. This shows a beautiful calm trust in motion itself. Light does not fear being alone in space. It does not fear the dark. It simply moves as it is meant to. When you feel alone in your own quiet moments, remembering this can shrink that fear. Even long quiet paths can be strong and steady without needing noise or company to survive. Every time you close your eyes under the night sky, light from far away is still moving above you. You do not need to watch it for it to continue. It will keep traveling whether you're awake or asleep. The universe does not pause when you rest. It continues its quiet motion in the dark. This can feel comforting rather than lonely. While you sleep, light is still on its long journey. Stars are still shining for distant worlds. Time is still flowing gently. You do not need to carry everything. You are allowed to rest while the wide sky keeps moving softly above you. Light does not know if it is traveling a short path or a very long one. It moves the same way in both cases. A short trip across a small space and a long trip across a wide galaxy feel the same to light. This steady nature makes the universe feel calm and balanced. Light does not hurry when the road is long. It does not slow down when the road is short. It simply moves as it is meant to move. Thinking about this steady rhythm can help your own heart slow down. You do not need to rush just because life feels long. You can move with the same calm pace in every moment, just like light does across both small and wide distances in space. Some light that reaches Earth tonight may still be traveling long after every human story has changed. Long after today becomes a quiet memory. Long after new cities rise and old ones fade. That light will still move forward in silence. This makes a light feel like a calm traveler that does not belong to any one time. It passes through many ages without taking part in them. It simply connects them gently. This soft linking of past, present, and future can make your worries feel lighter. Your troubles belong to a moment. Light belongs to time without edges. Thinking this way can ease the heavy feeling of now and replace it with a wider calm. Between one galaxy and another, space stretches in deep quiet. These great empty spaces are crossed only by slow travelers of light. There are no sounds between galaxies, no winds, no echoes, only silent travel. Light moves through this wide quiet without complaint. It does not feel lonely. It does not feel lost. It simply follows its gentle path forward. This makes the deep spaces between galaxies feel peaceful instead of empty. They are not gaps of nothing. They are wide resting places where light moves slowly through, silence without struggle. This thought can gently quiet your mind and help you rest deeper inside stillness. Light carries no map of where it has been. It does not look back at the stars it left behind. It does not remember the clouds it passed through. It does not keep count of the years. It only knows how to go forward. This simple nature gives light its calm strength. It is not burdened by memory. It is not slowed by regret. It moves only in the present moment of motion. When you think of light this way, your own heavy thoughts may begin to loosen. You do not have to carry every past moment forward. Like light, you can move gently through now without dragging yesterday behind you. Some parts of the universe are so far away that their light is only just beginning to reach the edges of what we can ever see. Even our strongest tools cannot look far enough to meet it yet. That light is still on the road, still moving, still coming closer one quiet step at a time. This shows how patient the universe truly is. It is willing to wait without rushing. It is willing to move without needing to be seen. This waiting does not feel empty. It feels full of calm promise. Something is always on its way, even if it will not arrive in our lifetime. That thought can bring a gentle sense of peace. Light years teach us that distance does not always mean separation. Even when stars are millions of light years apart, their light still reaches across that space. It connects wide distances without needing bridges or hands. This makes the universe feel softly connected rather than broken apart. Everything touches everything else in its own slow time. When you think about this, being far from someone does not feel quite as heavy. Distance becomes something that can still hold connection quietly, without noise or effort, just as light connects distant stars through long travel. When light moves through space, it does not choose the easiest path. It takes the path that is simply there. Sometimes that path is clear. Sometimes it passes near heavy dark regions where the way bends. Through all of it, light remains calm. It does not fight the curve, it follows it. This shows a quiet way of being in the universe. Instead of forcing straight lines, light accepts soft turns. This gentle way of moving can be a comfort for your own life. Not every path must be straight to be true. Gentle turns can still lead forward without loss. Even the faintest light you can see has crossed an endless dark to reach you. That tiny glow from a far star has travelled through more emptiness than the mind can hold. By the time it touches your eyes, it is soft and weak, but it is still there. It did not give up when the road was long. It did not vanish when the dark was wide. It kept moving until it arrived. This quiet arrival can feel like a gentle lesson in patience. Even soft things can survive very long journeys without needing to be loud or strong. Light never asks why it must travel. It does not question the meaning of its path. It simply moves because that is its nature. This gives its endless journey a peaceful feeling. There is no struggle in it, no need to understand everything before moving forward. It simply goes. When you feel confused or tired of thinking too much, remembering the way light travels can help. You do not need to know every answer to take the next gentle step. Motion itself can be enough for now. Every part of the night sky is filled with journeys we cannot see. Countless beams of light are moving quietly above you at this very moment. You cannot watch them all. You cannot follow their paths, yet they are there, steady and calm. This hidden movement makes the night feel alive in a quiet way. The sky is not still even when it looks still. It is full of gentle motion that continues whether you notice it or not. This can feel comforting as you rest. Even when everything feels quiet around you, life and light are still moving softly in the dark. Light never feels proud of how far it has travelled. It does not celebrate its long journey. It does not remember how many years have passed. It simply arrives where it arrives, gently and without noise. A beam of light may cross a whole galaxy and still touch a leaf on Earth as softly as morning sun. This quiet way of arriving makes every long journey feel peaceful instead of heavy. No matter how far the road is, the ending can still feel gentle. When you think about long days in your life, this can comfort you. Even the longest paths do not need loud endings. They can finish in small, quiet moments that feel warm and soft. Some light in the universe has been travelling since the very early days of everything. It began when space itself was young and wide. Since then, it has been crossing darkness without rest. It passed before stars had names. It passed before worlds had shapes. It passed long before anyone could look up and wonder. Now, after all that time, some of that ancient light is still moving. This makes light feel like a soft thread woven through all of time. It connects the first moments of the universe to quiet nights like this one. Knowing this can make the present moment feel calm and meaningful without needing any noise. Light does not grow lonely in space. It does not worry about the wide dark around it. It moves through empty places with the same calm it has near bright stars. The dark does not frighten it. The dark simply gives it room to travel. This makes the universe feel kind rather than cold. Darkness is not an enemy. It is a wide open space for light to move through. When you feel alone or quiet in your own life, this can bring comfort. Quiet spaces do not mean something is wrong. They may simply be making room for gentle movement forward. Light years show us that space is not just distance, but also patience. Everything in space waits without complaint. Planets wait in their paths. Stars wait in their shining. Light waits in its long travel. Nothing rushes to arrive. This waiting is not empty. It is full of quiet motion and slow change. When you feel like life is moving too slowly, remembering this can ease your heart. Slow does not mean stuck. It can mean steady. It can mean deep. It can mean that something meaningful is quietly on its way. Even when a beam of light passes through places where nothing else exists, it still carries its gentle glow. It does not fade just because no one sees it. It keeps shining quietly inside the dark. This teaches us that value does not come from being seen. Some of the most steady journeys in the universe happen without any eyes watching them. This can comfort the quiet parts of your life that feel unseen. Even when no one notices your small steps, they still matter. Like light, you can continue gently without needing to be watched. Light never decides its future. It does not choose where it will stop. It does not plan where it will land. It simply moves forward and lets the universe shape its path. This simple trust in motion feels soft and calm. It does not try to control the road. It accepts every curve and every wide open space. When you feel worried about what is ahead, remembering this can bring peace. Sometimes you do not need to know the end of the road. You only need to take the gentle step that is in front of you. Light years also remind us that even silence can be full. Space is quiet, yet it is always filled with motion we cannot hear. Light is always moving. Worlds are always turning. The universe never truly rests, but it never makes noise either. This mix of motion and silence is what makes the night feel peaceful. When you sit in quiet, your own stillness can feel full rather than empty. Your breath, your heartbeat, your calm thoughts all move softly without sound, like light crossing the dark. Some light passes so close to stars that it picks up gentle warmth without becoming hot. It brushes past glowing worlds without stopping. This brief meeting does not change its path much. It continues on its way, still calm. This shows how light can touch many things without being held by any of them. It visits without staying. This can be a gentle lesson for life. You can move through moments without becoming trapped inside them. You can visit feelings without being overwhelmed by them. Like light, you can pass through softly and keep moving forward. Every beam of light that reaches Earth has crossed a distance that the mind cannot fully hold. Numbers cannot describe it in a way the heart truly understands. It is simply very far. Yet the light still arrives. This shows that even when something feels beyond understanding, it can still reach you. Not everything needs to be fully known to be felt. You do not need to grasp the whole universe to enjoy a single soft star in the sky. Sometimes one small glow is enough to bring calm to the heart. When you sleep under the night sky, light is still traveling above you. It does not pause because you rest. It continues its journey through dark and distance while you dream. The universe moves quietly in the background while you let go of the day. This can be deeply comforting. You do not need to stay awake to keep the world moving. You're allowed to rest. The stars will continue to shine. Light will continue to travel. Everything important will keep moving even while you sleep peacefully. Light does not grow old the way living things do. It does not wrinkle with time. It does not weaken with age. A beam of light that has traveled for one day and one that has traveled for 1,000,000 years both move with the same calm strength. This makes time feel gentle instead of heavy. On Earth, time can feel like something that takes things away. In space, time feels like something that simply lets light travel farther. This thought can soften fear of growing older. Just like light, you may change in your way, but your quiet strength can still remain steady as the days pass. Some stars that sent their light toward Earth have already changed their shape. They may have grown larger, they may have grown smaller, some may have turned into something new, yet the light they sent long ago still travels on its old path. This shows that even when a source changes, what it once gave can still continue its journey. This can feel gentle and comforting. Even if things in life change, the good you once sent out can keep moving forward in quiet ways you may never see. Light years also teach us that the universe never writes in straight lines only. Some light takes quiet curves as it travels. It bends without breaking. It changes direction without stopping. This makes the sky feel soft and flowing instead of sharp and sudden. Nothing feels forced. Everything feels guided by gentle pulls. When your own life does not move in straight lines, this can bring comfort. Curves are not mistakes. They are part of the natural motion of everything that moves through wide space. Even the darkest parts of the universe are not truly empty. They hold passing light that is just too soft for our eyes to notice. This means no place is truly without movement. Even where it feels quiet and still, something is gently passing through. This can bring comfort during quiet times in life. Even when it feels like nothing is happening, something soft may still be moving forward in ways you cannot yet see. Light never argues with distance. It never complains that the road is too long. It never stops to question if the journey is worth it. It simply moves because that is what it does. This simple trust in motion can feel peaceful. You do not always need to know why you're moving forward. Sometimes moving is enough. Each small step is part of a longer path that does not need to be fully understood right now. Some of the light reaching Earth tonight began its journey before many mountains had formed. It passed through space while rivers shaped the land and winds shaped the sand. Through all that change on Earth, the light remained untouched, moving quietly through cold dark. Now it arrives softly in this very moment. This shows how space and Earth move on very different clocks. While our world changes quickly, space moves slowly and calmly. This difference in speed can make the night feel steady and safe. Light years make silence feel deep instead of empty. The wide spaces between stars have almost no sound, yet they are full of motion. Light fills that silence with quiet travel we cannot hear. This teaches us that silence does not mean nothing is happening. Silence can be full of gentle movement. When you sit quietly and hear nothing, your own silence can feel alive rather than lonely. Even when light passes near powerful stars, it does not lose its calm nature. It may glow brighter for a moment. It may feel warmer as it moves nearby, but it continues on without being held. This shows how light can touch great power without being trapped by it. In the same way, you can move near strong emotions or heavy moments in life without being fully taken by them. You can feel and still continue forward. Light does not race against time. It moves with time. As years pass, it simply crosses more space. This makes time feel like a wide river rather than a ticking clock. Light floats on this river without struggle. When your own days feel too fast, remembering this wide river of time can help you breathe slower and let moments pass gently instead of chasing them. Every night, sky you see is different in small ways, because light is always arriving from many places at many times. Some light that reaches you tonight did not reach you last night. This means the sky is always being softly refreshed without noise. Nothing repeats exactly the same way. This quiet change can feel comforting. Life does not need loud shifts to grow. Soft changes are happening all the time, gently shaping what you see without calling attention to themselves. Light never asks how much longer the road is. It never grows impatient as the years pass. It never looks ahead with worry. It simply keeps moving in the same quiet way it always has. This steady motion feels peaceful because it has no rush inside it. On Earth, we often feel pressed by time. We feel like we must reach somewhere soon. Light teaches a softer way. It shows that moving forward does not need pressure. You can move one gentle moment at a time without fear of how far the end may be. The journey itself can be calm even when it is long. Some light that reaches your eyes tonight began its journey before humans ever learned to write or to speak in words. It passed through space while early people looked at the sky without knowing what stars were. It continued while stories were born and passed down. It kept moving while the world changed again and again. Now it arrives quietly in a time filled with sound and light. This meeting of old space and modern life feels gentle instead of strange. It connects many ages in one soft moment of looking up. Light does not change its nature when it enters dark space. It does not become afraid. It does not lose its glow. It remains itself even in the deepest dark. This makes darkness feel less scary. The dark is not something that swallows light. It is simply a wide place where light can travel clearly. This thought can make the night feel safe instead of lonely. Even when things feel dark in life, your own quiet glow can still remain inside you, steady and calm. Light years also remind us that the sky is always deeper than it looks. What feels like a flat blanket of stars is really a wide ocean of distance. Some stars are close in space-time, some are very far, yet they all appear together in one soft spread of light. This layered depth makes the sky feel rich and full without feeling heavy. You do not need to understand how deep it goes to enjoy its calm beauty. Letting it simply be wide and quiet is enough. Light never grows bored of traveling. It does not tire of passing through the same dark. Every moment of its travel is the same gentle movement. This makes its endless path feel simple instead of exhausting. On Earth, repeating days can feel tiring. Light shows another way. Repeating motion can still be peaceful when it is free from worry. This can bring comfort on quiet nights when time feels slow. Slow does not have to feel heavy. It can feel like drifting softly. Some of the light that reaches Earth tonight may have passed near whole systems of worlds without ever touching them. It may have glided past many spinning planets without leaving a mark. It may have crossed silent skies no one ever watched. Yet it continued on without pause. This shows how light does not need attention to exist. It does not need to be noticed to keep moving. This can comfort the parts of your life that feel unseen. Even quiet paths have meaning. Light years turn distance into something soft and gentle instead of sharp and hard. When we hear large numbers about space, they can sound cold and strange. But when you think of light moving slowly for years through calm dark, that distance feels peaceful. It feels like time stretched into a long, soft thread. This can change the way you feel about long waits in life. Waiting does not always have to hurt. It can be part of a slow, gentle movement forward. Light teaches us that even the smallest glow can survive very long journeys. A faint beam from a far star may look weak when it reaches us, but it has crossed more space than the mind can hold. Its gentle shine is proof of quiet strength. This can bring comfort on nights when you feel small or tired. Even a soft presence can travel far. Even small light has great reach in its own quiet way. Light never looks back to see how far it has come. It does not measure success by distance. It simply moves because that is what it does. This simple way of being can feel freeing. You do not need to always measure how far you have gone. You do not need to count every step. Sometimes it's enough to simply continue moving gently, trusting that each moment carries you forward. As the night grows deeper and quieter, light is still traveling above you. It moved before you were awake. It will move while you sleep. It will move after morning comes. This steady motion gives the universe a calm heartbeat that never stops. You do not need to hold everything together. The wide sky is already moving in its own quiet way. You are free to rest inside that gentle motion, letting the stars keep their slow watch as you drift into sleep. Light never feels the years it crosses. It does not feel long or short time. 1,000 years in a single second feel the same to it. It simply moves in one steady flow. This makes time feel softer when you think about it this way. On Earth, we count days and years and often feel them passing. But light shows us another view of time, one where time is not a wait, but just a wide open path. Thinking this way can make your own days feel lighter. You do not need to rush through time. You can move through each moment slowly, just like light moves through space. Some light that reaches Earth tonight began moving when the sky above our planet looked completely different. The stars were in other places. The shapes of the constellations were not the same. Yet the light continued its quiet path while the sky slowly changed around it. Now it reaches your eyes under a sky that feels familiar to you. This shows how space changes gently over very long times. Nothing shifts suddenly on the large scale. Everything drifts slowly. This slow change can feel calm and safe, reminding you that change does not always need to arrive with noise or shock. Light does not grow heavy when it passes through the cold dark of space. The cold does not slow it. The emptiness does not stop it. It keeps moving with the same steady nature. This makes space feel kind rather than harsh. Even in the deepest cold and wide emptiness, light finds no barrier. This can be comforting when life feels empty or cold inside. Even then, gentle motion can still continue. Even then, light can still move through. Light years show us that the universe is always in quiet motion even when it looks still. Stars seem fixed in the sky, but they are all moving slowly through space. Light carries the image of that slow movement to us. What you see tonight is a soft snapshot from long ago, yet everything in that view is still moving now. This hidden motion behind stillness makes the night feel alive without being loud. It is a calm kind of life, one that does not rush or shout. Some beams of light pass so far through space that they cross regions where no stars live at all. They move through wide, dark oceans of nothing before they ever see another glow. Still, they continue. This shows a quiet trust in the path itself. Light does not need signs to guide it. It does not need borders to tell it where to go. It moves freely through open space. This can gently remind you that even when your own path feels unclear, moving gently forward can still be enough. Light never asks for permission to travel. It does not seek approval from space. It does not wait for an open door. It simply moves where the universe allows it to move, and the universe always allows movement. This simple freedom feels calm and natural. It shows that motion is part of the wide order of things. When you feel blocked or unsure, remembering this can ease your heart. You're allowed to move forward gently in your own way. Light years also teach us that no place in the universe is truly separate from all others. Light travels from one star to another, from one galaxy to the next, connecting wide spaces across time. Even when places are far apart, light makes sure they are never completely alone. This soft connection across space can bring comfort when you feel far from someone you care about. Distance feels less heavy when you remember that even stars remain gently connected through slow, patient light. When light reaches a planet after a long travel, it does not announce its arrival. It does not knock. It simply touches the surface quietly and brings a soft glow. This simple meeting shows that great journeys do not need great noise. Small, quiet arrivals can carry deep meaning. Thinking this way can soften your need for loud moments in life. Some of the most meaningful moments arrive slowly and quietly, without drawing much attention at all. Light does not compete with other light as it travels. Beams cross paths without pushing each other aside. They share space without struggle. This makes the universe feel calm and kind. Even in a sky full of countless lights, there is no crowding or fighting. Everything simply exists together. This can be a gentle lesson for life as well. There is room for many paths to exist at once without conflict. You do not need to push to belong. As you rest now, countless beams of light are crossing through space above your head. Without your knowing, they cross paths quietly, each on its own gentle road. You do not need to watch them. You do not need to guide them. They move on their own in calm order. This can bring a deep sense of peace. The universe is taking care of its motion without effort from you. You are free to rest, breathe slowly, and let the wide sky continue its quiet work while you drift into sleep. Light never feels lost even in the widest space. It does not fear wrong turns. It moves in the only way it knows, straight ahead through open dark. There are no signs in space, no paths drawn in advance, yet light never hesitates. It simply goes. This quiet trust in its own movement feels peaceful. In life, we often wish for signs to guide us. Light shows us another way. Sometimes moving gently forward is enough, even when the way ahead feels wide and unclear. Some light travels so far that the place it began is no longer the same when the light is finally seen. The star may have changed. It may have grown larger or slowly faded. Still, the light arrives carrying its old image. This shows that time can change the source while the message keeps moving. This can feel gentle and comforting. Even when people or places change, the soft good they once gave can still travel on quietly in memory and feeling. Light years show us that the universe is shaped more by patience than by speed. Everything important in space happens slowly. Stars take long to form. Galaxies take long to turn. Light takes long to cross wide space. Nothing is rushed. This deep patience gives the universe its calm nature. When your own life feels slow, this can bring comfort. Slow does not mean weak. Slow can mean strong, steady, and deeply rooted. Light does not grow tired of the dark. It does not wish for bright places more than quiet ones. It moves through both with the same gentle nature. This makes the dark feel like part of the journey, not an end or a danger. In the same way, quiet times in life are not empty spaces to escape. They are part of the gentle path forward, just as important as the bright moments. Some beams of light will never touch any world. They will travel forever through empty space without ever being seen. Yet that does not make their journey meaningless. They still move, they still exist, they still belong to the universe. This can comfort the parts of life that feel unseen or unnoticed. Meaning does not come only from being witnessed. Quiet paths can be just as real and true. Light never pauses to admire how far it has come. It never grows proud of its long travel. It simply continues. This simple way of being feels very calm. You do not always need to measure your progress. You do not always need to look back and count how far you have gone. Sometimes it is enough to simply keep moving gently, one calm moment at a time. Light years turn the idea of far into something soft rather than sharp. Far is no longer a hard space between things. It becomes a long flow of time filled with motion. This can change how distance feels in your heart. Being far does not always mean being apart. It can mean being connected through a long, gentle journey that is still unfolding. Light does not rush to arrive even when the road is clear. It does not slow down out of fear when the road is wide. It keeps the same quiet rhythm through every part of space. This steady rhythm feels like a soft breath of the universe. When your own breath feels fast or uneven, remembering this steady motion can help you slow down naturally without force. Some of the light reaching your eyes tonight passed through space while Earth slept many times. It traveled through countless nights and days without knowing what sleep was. Now it reaches you as you prepare to rest. This meeting between endless travel and gentle sleep feels calm and kind. It is as if the universe and your own quiet moment gently touch each other in peace. As the night deepens, the sky continues to hold countless light paths moving silently across it. You do not need to understand them. You do not need to follow them. They move in their own calm order. The universe does not ask anything of you right now. It simply shines softly above you and lets you rest beneath it. You're safe to sleep while light continues its long, gentle journeys far beyond your dreams. And now, as our quiet journey through light and distance comes to rest, allow your breath to slow even more. The stars will continue their silent travel long after this moment ends, carrying their gentle glow across time while you drift deeper into rest. You do not need to follow them anymore tonight. Let your thoughts loosen. Let the day fade softly behind you. If this peaceful journey through the universe brought you comfort, you may gently like this video and subscribe for more calm nights together. Until next time, may your sleep be deep, your dreams be soft, and your night be filled with quiet light. Good night, dear dreamer.